Welcome to Crystal River, Florida, USA, known for its world-class fishing and swimming with manatees. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Crystal River. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Crystal River, Florida, USA. Population about 3,500. Now just for context, we have a map here. We have circled Crystal River. Crystal River is 1 hour and 15 minutes from Tampa and 1 hour and 30 minutes from Orlando. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Crystal River. People love Crystal River because of the swimming with the manatees. Swimsuits, snorkels, and flippers should be at the top of your packing list when you visit Crystal River. There are lots of different places where you can swim with manatees. You can go to the Three Sisters Springs, Kings Bay, or even try your luck at Hunter Spring Park in Crystal River itself. You can look for a manatee tour or go off exploring by yourself. It might be easiest to kayak to a manatee hotspot and then get in the water. Remember to keep your distance from the manatees. Don't touch them or get too close, as you could scare them off. Swimming with a manatee is not an experience you'll forget in a hurry, and it's definitely a family adventure that'll make it into the photo albums. Consider getting a waterproof camera before your visit. People love Crystal River because of Three Sisters Springs. Part of the Crystal River National Wildlife Refuge, the Three Sisters Springs is an important winter habitat for Florida manatees. There are some beautiful waterside boardwalks and trails around the area too, so even if you don't fancy getting into or onto the water, it's still worth visiting the center. If you want a kayak or boat at the Three Sisters Springs, then you can launch off at the ramps found in Hunter Springs Park or Kings Bay Park. Taking a clear bottom kayak is the best idea, as you can look at the manatees from above. Bear in mind that there are rules for swimmers and boaters that you'll need to check out before going, and that November to April is manatee season in the Kings Bay. People love Crystal River because of Hunter Springs Park, a tiny town park that has all the best of Florida in one place: white sand beaches, crystal clear water, and manatees. The park has offshore swimming areas and kayak spots, so bring your swimsuits. If you don't fancy being in the water, then you can stroll along the boardwalk and makeshift beaches on shore instead. There are lots of lovely picnic spots and some great wildlife watching to enjoy. The manatees hang out here during the colder months of the year, so make sure you come for a visit, even if it's a little more chilly than you'd like. People love Crystal River because of Fort Island Gulf Beach. The Fort Island Gulf Beach is a little beach just 20-minute drive away from downtown Crystal River. There's a sandy beach area and you can relax and play on, a grassy and shaded picnic area, and a charming pier. You can also fish off the pier, which has a long walkboard leading up to it. Spend a lazy afternoon on the beach reading your book or go for a swim. If you want to do something a bit more adventurous, rent a boat and launch off the boat ramp. The Gulf of Mexico and Crystal River await. People love Crystal River because of Crystal River National Wildlife Refuge. This is the only wildlife refuge across the U.S. that was designed solely to protect manatees. Start your visit at the Visitor Center in Kings Bay, then head over to Three Sisters Springs and explore the boardwalk and trails. You can get up close to the manatees from a rented boat, or bring your own if you have one, or put your swimsuit on and dive into their world. But while most people come to see the manatees, that isn't the only spectacular wildlife around. The refuge is frequented by bald eagles, wood storks, and plenty more impressive bird species. Bring your binoculars if you want to get a good look at all the birds. People love Crystal River because of Heritage Village. In the pretty and quaint downtown of Crystal River, there's a charming Heritage Village. There are lots of shops you can spend a slow afternoon browsing around in search of cute and unique gifts to take home. There's also a popular tea house and some cafes where you can stop for a delicious bite to eat. The area is dotted with stylish cottages, one of which is where it all began. The Heritage House, built in the early 1800s, was the first piece of the Heritage Village puzzle. The village gives you a sense of what Crystal River once looked like, and definitely has some Instagram-worthy photo spots. People love Crystal River because of Chassahowitzka National Wildlife Refuge. This wildlife refuge is a popular breeding and feeding ground for native species. It's likely attractive to local and passing wildlife because of the many habitats in such a small space. There are saltwater bays, brackish marshes, estuaries, and surrounding hardwood swamp. The spot attracts many aquatic species like manatees. You can access the refuge by land at the Salt Marsh Trail off Mason Creek Road. There are some hiking trails you can explore and a 2-story tower you can watch wildlife from. All the other areas of the park are only accessible by boat. A kayak tour is a perfect way to explore the refuge. People love Crystal River because of the Crystal River Archaeological State Park. This ancient archaeological park is home to Native American burial mounds, abandoned temple and platform mounds, and so much more. The park is believed to have been a ceremonial site for local indigenous communities. It was visited by natives who came to bury their dead and trade with other tribes for 1,600 years. Stand on the temple mound and soak up the history beneath your feet. On your trip, be sure to visit the museum, the mounds, and the coastal marshland. The park is also along the Great Florida Birding Trail, so there's a good chance of seeing some pretty impressive birds. People love Crystal River because of Coastal Heritage Museum. The Coastal Heritage Museum is in the old City Hall building on Citrus Avenue in Crystal River. It's a historical museum that opens its doors to tourists looking to find out more about the past of Citrus County and the history of the many people who have called this land home. You'll get to see antique exhibits like furniture, old artifacts, and fascinating photos. There's so much to uncover and learn, and where better to do it than at the Coastal Heritage Museum. Aside from the alluring exhibits inside, the museum also has a charming stone cottage exterior, so it's worth walking past even if you choose not to go inside. People love Crystal River because of Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park. The Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park is a huge sanctuary for rescued animals. There are paved pathways through the park that take you to the different animals which have been given their natural habitat as often as possible. Visit the pink flamingos, the swimming manatees, scary panthers, cougars and bobcats, the cute otters, colorful fish, and freaky reptiles. There's enough to keep everyone busy for an afternoon, and this is a perfect day trip for a family and wildlife enthusiast. All of this is about a 15-minute drive away from Crystal River. To be clear, the park isn't a zoo. In fact, the only non-native species is a single hippopotamus called Lou. The animals aren't kept in cages either, and they are here in the hopes that they can be rehabilitated and released. The reasons provided in this video are not all the reasons why people love Crystal River. If you've got a reason why you love Crystal River, pop it in the comments section. I'll make another video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ciao for now!